Sometimes I just cave and eat ramen. Instant ramen, I should clarify.
Yeah. Let's clarify that it's the it's the 50-cent packets of ramen that we're talking about here.
Not with shipping.
Are there no like Singaporean like branded
there are.
ramen?
There are.
It's just not as good, or?
But I mean, people from other countries don't like it because there's like whatchamacallit. But anyways, we were going into it. Speaking of ramyun, here we have it in the top right-hand corner map, spawning in the top right-hand corner of Eternal Empire, which is like whatchamacallit, like I'm pretty sure that's like a brand of instant noodle somewhere. We have the Orange Terranol. Just a follower of Terran Lord, I see. The Orange Terran, currently teamless, I do believe, but representing the, let me hold this bandana to my chest. Representing the US of A, we have the winner of the first ever Battle of the Americas. Can he make the repeat or the second one? We have PureLegacy. You should play for Legacy Esports. Legacy Esports if you need a Terran player.
I feel like they have the criteria of being Australian. That may be a little.
Look, if Future and Vindicta can get invited to StarCraft,
that's not. That doesn't make you Australian, Yaku.
I mean, Future won StarCraft. Doesn't that make him like honorary?
If you're out there watching, if you have Australian citizenship, and if you want PureLegacy to join Legacy Esports, then no, to get married.
Yeah,
just
exactly.
Just say get him that green card.
Yeah.
The
Australian way.
In the bottom left-hand corner. Pull the Yaku there. See that?
Salvage it.
See that?
Yeah.
We have the Brazilian Zerg representing Black Knight Gaming or esports. It's Black Knight something. I'm not too sure what.
I think it's just Black Knight.
Just Black Knight. Yeah. It is Erik.
Our intro lasted quite a bit longer this time. I like it. We're going back to the classics of like 4-minute Yaku intros. It's great.
I think your longest one was like 5 minutes. Kura knows how long the intro was. But yeah, as we've been saying,
and then the game ended 10 seconds later.
Did it really?
Something like that.
God damn it. Oh, nicely done, Erik. Getting a little bit of damage done with those lings across the map.
Very nice, yeah. Very nice micro from both players. So PureLegacy will come out on top of that a little bit. Does also mention nice scouting, and this is not something you see every day. It's become increasingly less common ever since 2018. This looks like a 3cc before Starport build.
This is crazy. This is I don't think you've casted him. Because PureLegacy didn't play in Battle of the Americas #2. He's all about the mech. So, yeah. He's all about mech.
Dude.
He's like the Gumiho of NA.
Okay, it makes a little bit more sense now.
yeah. So he's looking to like turtle up.
Yeah, this is not a very orthodox build.
Not at all.
The last time I think I've seen this in professional play was probably, off the top of my head, 2018, when Innovation did it versus Rogue in GSL versus the World.
Yeah, I mean, maybe there are a couple. Maybe again, like as I said, maybe Gumiho's done this like at some point as well. Not too sure, but yeah, this is very interesting. I haven't seen this recently, if I recall. But we'll have to see how he does against Erik, because as we were saying, Erik did lose 2-0 the last time these two faced off. So I don't know, maybe Erik,
he's the same thing.
I don't know. maybe he did, but there are already roaches.
Maybe Erik adapted since then. There are already roaches, but PureLegacy, man, this KD8 juggling, he's doing a very good job of just not losing Hellions and really whittling down the health of these roaches with Hellions and a Reaper, mind you.
Yeah, of all things.
It's not something you see every day.
And he has to do this to try and buy as much time as possible. There are Banshees out as well.
There's a Banshee out. He does not want to leave this wall open.
Close it. Open it.
But he might. Does actually close it right in the nick of time. The roaches are hammering down this wall, though. But I think with the Banshee and a lot of Hellions, it might be just enough, maybe.
We'll see.
He's trying to take advantage of the splash damage.
Yeah, he pulls some SCVs. The Hellions are going down. The Banshee is still strong. There is a BC on the way.
A lot, though.
Yeah. I don't think he can hold.
He's probably going to be his saving grace here. But even then, he's just going to lose so many SCVs. Try to middle walk as best he can, but doesn't quite get the units out in time, and it's just looking increasingly more dreadful.
We'll see.
For PureLegacy.
I mean, he does hold in the end. He lost so many workers, but it's important to note he does have 3 CCs. He does have 3 worker production at a time, and 3 mules.
Orbals even.
Yeah,
that's a lot. That's a lot of mules.
I think he's okay economically wise. To be honest, I think he could afford it.
Mules, yeah. He can rebuild. That's one thing as well with going 3cc. You can resaturate a base fairly quickly. One
exactly,
base, mind you, but
yeah,
still, it's pretty good.
Bear in mind that BC will finish up soon, and I imagine we'll be heading across the map as soon as possible to deal some damage. And in the meantime,
he's trying to distract Erik as best he can. There are some spores and there are a couple of queens, but not quite the massive number of queens that you really want. This one Banshee is gonna continue to distract some more queens. But Erik is on top of it. He's got his transfuses down. He's whittling away at this BC. It's not actually accomplished too much.
7-8 workers go down. He's gonna get a second queen as well.
That's not too bad.
Maybe a third queen.
Ooh, I think he will. Come on, there is Yamato Cannon.
It's waddling away.
Yamato Cannon, rather.
Run away.
Come on.
Oh, he's gonna get the BC. It's not gonna teleport in time.
Teleport, yeah.
Oh, the transfuse.
And that transfuse just about, dude.
Hey,
that's a big rip.
Tis got a little bit too greedy there.
Erik did lose quite a number of drones, but I'm not sure if it's gonna be. I'm not sure if it's quite equal enough to losing that BC.
Yeah,
it costs quite a bit.
Again, these Hellions are struggling to deal with these roaches, but a second BC does pop out and we'll be able to clean this up.
Yeah, I'm wondering what is the protocol versus roaches? I would assume just
Cyclones.
battle mech.
Yeah,
like
battle
Cyclones?
mech.
Yeah. I'm not a mech player. I don't really.
We do have 4 factories. We should be seeing. We do have that Cyclone upgrade as well on the way, but it will take a little bit of time to ramp up and get into the swing of things. And Erik, he's just not
relentless. There are a
relentless.
handful of siege tanks here, though.
There are.
That'll help out a ton. Did not lose any workers in this run by, which gotta be optimistic.
Yeah,
losing a lot of workers so far. He's now at that point where he can hold against these run-bys.
Yeah, it's actually a little bit surprising that he didn't lose any workers there. And as we can see, PureLegacy catching up in workers. He's only down by 1. Like, he's basically caught up.
Ooh, that he has. That he indeed has. And he is just expanding as aggressively as he can as well. This one base got saturated. This third base got saturated. Immediately plunks down another CC. Not taking any names, but he does have to be worried about this. These Mutilus.
Yeah,
problem.
He has no idea that these are coming out. There's no missile turrets. There's nothing here.
And at
the same time, the workers are going down on both sides of the map.
That is some pretty good maglev cyclones. It's not quite enough. Erik was able to take out a couple of those workers, as he was saying, with his BC, but now going to be forced to teleport back. And there's nothing that can really effectively deal with Mutalisk. There are no Thors or Widowmines or anything.
Yeah, the BCs are trying to chase him down, but they're so slow. Like, the Mutalisk just...
SCVs.
Yeah. Oh, can he repair? Can he repair the missile turret?
He is trying, but it just even more SCVs go down in that attempt. That is 30 SCVs down now. We were saying that PureLegacy caught up pretty quickly, and even now I think he could try to catch up, but yeah, he does not have an answer to this.
There it is.
GG.
GG.
55 workers towards the end there. Oh lord.
It was just those mutants just completely caught him off guard.
That was absolutely. That was quite a. There were like a number of things that Erik did very, very well. In addition to that, like just putting on the pressure on PureLegacy, making him think, I got to deal with these first. I got to deal with these roaches, which is not what I really planned to do. Then I got to, like, you know, try to get some harassment across the map. I don't think he thought at all that Mutalisks were on his mind. So overall, very nicely done by Erik. If this is the same way that PureLegacy played the last time they encountered, then I think it's safe to say that Erik has adapted his play very, very well.
Yeah,
I'm hoping PureLegacy has a few more tricks up his sleeve, though.
Yeah, PureLegacy being a little bit greedy with his build and, you know, in the end not working out. I feel like if it wasn't for those mutas, he would have been fine. Like, those mutas just caused this chain reaction to happen where they came in, they dealt all this damage, they focused down and sniped all of the tanks, so he didn't have anything to defend against the follow-up ground army. Like, it just worked so nicely in favor of Erik.
Very nicely done there. I guess that's why you don't see that many 3cc fast 3cc or 3cc before starport games.
Well, to be fair, like, if it wasn't for that, I'm sure that if Erik had focused on roaches, like Roach Ravager, PureLegacy would have been fine. Like, he was working on his tank count, he had BCs coming out, he was working on his Cyclone upgrades, he was just building up, but just before he had gotten to that point where he had, like, this solid army composition, Erik was able to come in and stop that from happening.
Nodding along.
GG, man.
As we are waiting a little bit for the Spanish caster to get in, I will just remind everyone that the match arena code is there. NA-LatAm 4. If you type that into match arena, you can add to the prize pool for no cost of your own.
Yeah, if you use code NAVLA4, I believe we have one coupon code left. And yeah, that's all we ask of you. But, you know, you can also use your own money if you wish to support this tournament and these players. Will be greatly appreciated.
Or you can put that money to our humble fund.
We are partnered with Humble Bundle if you do wish to support us. But I would say probably support the tournament first. As this is, yeah. God damn it, Yaku. Like, buy my shirts.
Yeah. Well, like I said, buy my shirts. I feel like it's hard to say that. I'm not sure if I can actually say that now, because considering that I still have Claire's jersey.
Good. Buy Claire's shirt. You just.
Yeah.
God damn it. For those who don't know, CranKy Ducklings, we do have our own jerseys, and Yaku has one of our teammates, his teammates' jerseys, who lives like across the fucking road. He still hasn't given it to him. God damn it, Yaku. Just give him
Clive's
the
one with
jersey.
car. He should just drive down.
Let him know that then. Be
He
like,
knows where I live.
Tell him.
He knows where I live.
God damn it.
Or he knows the area that I live. Look.
God.
Anyway. Kuro's listening to all of that. We have in the top left-hand corner map spotting in the top left-hand corner of Simulacrum L-E-R Heart Fiddly D. I am free. We have the Orange Terran. Aficionado of the 3cc before Starport build, as well as a follower of Gumi Bro. We have representing the US of A, as well as, I can't actually say that because it's not true, but hopefully one day Legacy Esports. We have PureLegacy.
I feel like there's a couple players out there that have like names that are so fitting with the team, but like they just don't connect.
Right.
It's like, what are you doing? Like branding, right? Like, come on.
Exactly, dude.
Spawning in the bottom right-hand corner of Simulacrum LE, we have the Zerg player representing Black Knight, as well as Brazil and Europe. It is Erik.
I'm not gonna lie, when you were saying that entire intro, I was thinking of some examples.
Could you think of any?
Players who have. No. I was like, what are the Chinese teams, right? Like, what's a team that like TSG? It's probably somebody who can do that, right? Or like Dragon Phoenix Gaming, there are like players who are called Phoenix.
There's also a player called Dragon.
That was a player called, yeah. That there was.
I mean, he still streams. He just doesn't.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
Yeah, I'm just trying to think of other players actually. I feel like
there was at one point Optimus Prime, but that's just Pult.
There
They
was.
changed his name to Pult.
What? Optimus Prime. Optimus was a player. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He was Pult. That was Pult's old handle when he was on Prime.
Oh, Prime.
Branding.
Right. Yeah, Optimus.
Like
Optimus. Right.
Then he
Yeah.
left, then he left Prime and he changed his name to Pult.
God damn it. That could have been a thing. Would have been amazing.
See, Pult knew how to brand stuff.
His MVP could have been on MVP, right?
Yeah. Instead, he had to be on IM.
Exactly. There was Solaris Gaming. Solar.
Oh, Solarian.
There you go.
Wait, isn't Solarian just Misenhauer?
I
don't
maybe
actually remember.
I can't remember. Anyway, it looks like PureLegacy, he's doing a very similar opener to last game. He's going 3cc as well as that starport. Difference being there is no fusion core. Instead, we do have Banshee Cloak on the way. But it did get scouted.
That it did. Oh, but cancelled.
Oh, okay.
And there's the fusion core, a little bit late this time. But for good reason.
Yeah. He's like tricking Erik.
Bamboozlement.
It was.
Yeah, he is, but Erik has a trick of his own. It's called 3-base roach bush. La cucaracha.
Look how many Hellions there are there.
Ooh, there is. And you know what? It's kind of funny, but when the Hellions actually concave on roaches like this, they tend to do a fair amount of damage.
Yeah, surprisingly so. They're able to hold their own against this roach count and whittle them all down.
It's starting to lose them though, but this is a very nice position to have Hellions on, taking absolute advantage of that surface area.
That was insane.
And at the end of the day, not too many losses from PureLegacy side.
Yeah, compared
This is
to
going to go for a straight push.
compared to game number 1 where the push came and he lost so many SCVs trying to hold on. Like, he just had an insane amount of Hellions. He killed all the roaches and now he's going for the counterattack.
He is going for a little bit of a multi-prong. I was a little bit expecting him to just go win with the Banshee and the Hellions. But this might be the smarter way to do things, considering that there's no defenses here. Okay, now there's a Spore. Well, other than that, not a lot of anti-air here from Erik.
Important to bear in
A lot
mind.
of ground
that-
here from Erik. Look at that
Ooh.
barbecue.
Oh my god, so many
Already
workers go
11
down.
Whew.
Jesus Christ.
Erik not quite having the splits. It did line up for that perfect barbecue, but
A drop.
he does not need him.
Oh my
A
god.
queen drop.
What?
What?
True?
You owe me a Coke, Jinx.
I thought you were going to the army. What's happening? What are you doing in Brazil? The
That was
Amazon.
code. That was
Oh my
code.
god, if Yamato's the
Oh my
overlord! Oh, Yamato isn't done yet!
This could just... Yeah, he is. Look, you can't go through the wall, so he's gonna go over the wall. And now he's gonna break the wall. I am, what is going on here?
The last queen is gonna go down. That's it when
Erik.
it comes to anti-air, so the BC will be able to
That
clean
is
up,
it,
but
but
how much is he gonna lose?
Dude, Erik just completely unsatisfied with the amount of workers that he killed.
Oh my
And unsatisfied
god.
with the amount of workers that he lost.
He focuses
Notice
down
a
the
friendly
tank.
fire with the tank. Yeah. Focuses down the tank, but also gets some friendly fire off. I think if Erik just keeps on the pressure, he might just be able to hammer his way in. Like force his way in. That's the term I'm thinking of. But Yamato is now done with PureLegacy. There is no anti-air here.
Oh,
Well,
this
there's
is
four,
very
but there are no
bold.
queens.
He
Now there's a queen.
teleported. Yeah, he teleported across the map, so he's not going to be able to defend with this BC. And meanwhile, the roaches are pushing into the main.
That they are doing a little bit of a dance back and forth, and
Oh,
they
there's
are
no
trying to
repair.
force their way in. There is no repair, but the tank is in a very nice position, and there's not much army here for Erik. Erik is pushed back.
And he is.
And now he's got to focus on this BC.
He does have to be careful. He doesn't have a teleport available, as he did teleport in. He's still on cooldown. Oh, he gets the queen though, and he could take this.
Very tricky
the
with
Spire
himself
out.
now, though. Ooh, that he can. He doesn't have Yamato. He used it on something else. I want to say it was Queen, but we don't quite know. He could take this Spire. Will he get it? He does.
That was a kill too.
That indeed it was. He's gonna lose his BC.
Oh,
Nope,
second
making
BC.
full advantage of the dead air. That BC lives.
Oh wait,
Another BC.
and I
Erik
don't think
has
there's a
to worry
spore at the third either. So I think that low health BC can just chill.
There is a Spore at the third. It can chill there for now. There is a Queen about to get out soon-ish, though.
Teleports home.
But he does teleport out.
Yeah, and PureLegacy, he's not that far down in workers. Again, Erik, he cut.
PureLegacy is still in this game.
Yeah, Erik cut
Surprisingly.
workers for that push, for that roach push. So he was down economically, and now like they're kind of even. At the same time, though, it looks like there's another drop.
There is another drop. This time it's not quite as crazy as Queen's. Erik does need him to defend back home, and defend he does. He has a lot of
Teleport out.
Queens here now.
Oh no, he's gonna lose the PC.
Ooh, he doesn't have. Yeah, teleport was off cooldown. And now the 4 roaches are here, but there's also BC.
There
These
is.
roaches aren't quite going to get as much damage as Erik wants them to. Will distract the army a little bit, but there is a tank here. PureLegacy is still in a decent position.
This game is.
They'll have to play the catch-up game though.
This game is crazy.
Yes.
Oh my god. Did he kill the Spire again? He's only starting it now. I thought he restarted
killed the
it.
initial Spire. I
Yeah.
don't think he restarted it yet at all. I think he was focused entirely on trying to clear out the BCs. And now PureLegacy. He's got his third base up. He's going for a run by. All right, the run by does get denied.
Now he's
But
on
he
the
will get a bit of
offensive.
scout.
Well,
How
like,
many times were both of these players dead this game?
I mean, especially with this BC count, without a Spire, I'm a bit worried for Erik. I'm not too sure what his queen count is like,
Absolutely,
but without like a decent number.
Well, he's got 8.
Oh, okay.
Is quite a bit, but they are separated. He's trying to consolidate them now, but now he only has 6. Very nice use of Yamato. Very nice targeting down the high energy queen. It's not
Nice transfuse.
quite enough anti-air here. And I think PureLegacy is doing the right call that the right
Yeah, all these queens are gonna go down.
Is just continuing the pressure. He knows he has the advantage in army, but he knows that he can't just sit back and do nothing with it. So he's just continuing to pressure Erik down. Make sure that Erik cannot catch up or overtake him.
And again, because that Spire was delayed by so much, like he just didn't have the queen count. Like 8 queens are not enough for 2 BCs, as we just saw. And he could kill the Spire again.
He could try, but the corruptions are starting to get out.
Oh, the natural is actually getting pretty low as well.
He is starting to pressure. Ooh, that he is. And he does have that TP. And even with this run by from Erik, nothing is quite going down. You did mention it earlier, and I think now it's starting to come into effect. PureLegacy is starting up his really, really turtled up defensive position.
Yeah, this is
turrets. Look at that. He doesn't have a massive tank count, but he's using the tanks that he has as best he can.
Yeah, this is the rough thing about facing BCs as Zerg, is like there's 2 BCs and they're just killing everything, and you try your hardest to stop that. Meanwhile, the Terran, he killed that base as well, and he's got his army now.
Has best defense is good offense, and PureLegacy, he is demonstrating that as well as he can. Erik was the one looking to contain his opponent, but now shoes on the other foot.
Ooh.
And with that many mag fuel accelerated cyclones, what do roaches even do?
Yeah, I mean, bear in mind that PureLegacy, he's not here to end the game. He's here to like shave off units and keep Erik busy while he builds up his tank count and builds up like his big beefy mech army.
He is, and he is actually getting some value pickoffs every now and then, though.
Yeah.
With that lock on.
It's rough, especially without creep. Like, again, Erik's creep spread, despite having all those queens, like he had to use them for defense, for transfuses. His creep spread hurt because of that.
Yeah, he did. And these 2 BCs, which are, I believe, the same ones, are about to get sniped. Try to Yamato, but I'm not for losing at least 1.
Nice Biles.
Absolutely. That's the start. Or that's a start for Erik to come back into this. Just get some good pickoffs like so.
I'm just worried. I don't know if he's going to be able to get his base up.
Yeah, he can't quite deal with this ground army, I don't think.
Yeah, his Roach Ravager count just isn't high enough. And now we see why 11 Swarm Hosts are on the way. That's what he's been spending his money on.
The good old classic Heart of Swarm style. Except this is a little bit different from Nidus from Heart of Swarm.
There's no anti-air.
There is no... Well, there's a turret. That's it.
There's a turret that isn't in position.
Recall, so PureLegacy is going to have to move
the Swarm Hosts are a little bit exposed, though.
Swarm Hosts are very exposed. They do pop their larva off and go into the Nidus, though. But the larva does get disintegrated like so. Erik forced to the very dead space in the map. Ooh, but he does get vision for another Nidus.
Yeah,
not gonna be enough. That's some cyclones. The BC, almost went down.
He's going for it. He's going across the map. This is surprising. He's like, I don't care if there are Niduses in my main. Like, I'm just gonna end the game.
The army.
Yeah, I'm ending it.
Exactly. I've put so much pressure on you. I've made sure that you could not build up an army. And now look at this. Look at my siege line, bro. Look at my siege line.
Bruh.
What are you gonna do about it? Locusts? Okay, Locusts are actually doing a decent job at putting out a couple of siege tanks, but not with Blue Flame. With Blue Flame around, it's just a lot rougher.
The third does fall. But Erik should be able to clean this up.
But this mech army is, yeah, it's getting thinned out a lot and a lot and a lot.
At the same time, we do have these corruptors being quite annoying, but oh, that's a lot of cyclones.
Yeah, I was about to say, will force the repair, which does mean that PureLegacy's income has gone down for quite a bit, but with the killing of the third base and all of those drones with it, PureLegacy can afford that.
6 more cyclones on the way. He's just going mass cyclone right now. Jesus.
What else do you really need? Welcome to battle, mech. Ooh, and the Locusts! The Swarmos do get caught off guard. Locusts do pop in, but thanks to the lock-on, these Locusts are not fast enough to really do too much damage.
They're gonna get caught out.
Nice
there was no Nidus. The Swarmos.
That is a pretty nice position.
They all go down.
The Ravagers, but there's just not enough of it. GG is called. And PureLegacy is gonna even out this series sideways 1-1. Ooh, lordy. Very nicely done.
Yeah.
American Terror player.
And that's the downside of not using Niduses to attack with Swarmhost, is that after you send your wave, your Locust wave, they're kind of out in the open, and they all got surrounded, or they all got caught out by those cyclones, and as soon as they died, like, that was Erik's time to just tap out. Like, it's just so expensive.
It's like, what do I do now? Absolutely. I think it was also very nicely done from the side of PureLegacy, making sure that, you know, the old doctrine, best defense is a good offense, and he demonstrated that wonderfully. He didn't neglect his defense either, or traditional defense either. As you can see, he was turtling up a little bit in the middle of that game, but there were absolutely points where I thought PureLegacy was dead, I thought Erik was dead, but both of them able to bring it back and provided, you know, a couple of questionable decisions, but that was a fair fun. That was a really fun game to cast.
I think what I liked most about it was PureLegacy adapting his build and ever so slightly changing it, and even tricking Erik. At the very beginning of the game, we saw he was going Cloak Banshee, got scouted, cancels the cloak, throws down the fusion core, and we saw how much the BCs ended up doing. And how he had adjusted his build to get out just enough Hellions to be able to hold off against the Roach Push. GG.
I miscalculated. I thought you were gonna. I had more time than I did, so I decided to eat a biscuit.
But now we do have a Spanish caster, as up until now, Enki. Up until now, it has just been us as well as Vincent, the Brazilian caster. But we do have Enki now joining us, as I believe he was casting something else earlier. Maybe. Now we do.
Americana.
I think he was casting maybe Nation. I don't know. They maybe something Alpha X related. Not too sure. But we do have him now joining us for the cast, or the tournament even.
And the link. Yeah. And with that, we have got all of the languages.
Every single one.
Yeah. I mean, look.
Uh-huh. Go on.
Duolingo. You know, it said they were gonna have, like, news coming up this week, Duolingo.
Oh.
Or, like, some update. And they had a teaser on their Twitter. which is like a red sphere next to the Duolingo owl.
It's a little ominous. Okay.
It is.
Not too sure what that could be.
Some people are likening it to the Angry Bird.
You mean like a Duolingo game?
Oh, that might be possible.
Could be.
I feel so I feel so old now. Like, yeah, you remember like 9 years ago when Angry Birds was this thing?
I'm surprised you know what Angry Birds is, to be honest.
Yeah, it was like 11.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah. And speaking of Angry Birds, we have the on the top left-hand corner of ephemerin LE. And ephemerin is something for about in the sanitation industry that like helps efficiency with the something. The Orange Terran, all the way from the US of A, follower of the Way of the Orange, a book written by Terran Lord, as well as the whatchamacallit, the Diablos and Diablos, oh yeah, he's not in Legacy Esports, even though that's a missed opportunity. The Orange Terran, we have on match point in this best of 3 series, the ace match. We have PureLegacy.
And in the bottom right-hand corner of ephemerin LE, we have representing Brazil, as well as Black Knight. I want to say gaming, but it may just be Black Knight. I'm not sure. We have the Zerg player, Erik.
Could be Black Knight E-gaming.
I hope not. Oof. Oh, actually, I remember now. It's Black it's Black Knight Esports because they tweeted because I think they picked up Armani. They picked up a Korean player recently, like last week, and they tweeted Black Knight Esports, but with a capital S and a lowercase e, and then
Red Eye got right at him.
they tagged Red Eye, and Red Eye was like, "Nah, there's no hope for these guys." And they're like, "Oh, sorry," and then they changed it. They changed it to capital E, like in the Twitter bio and everything. They just changed their whole brand.
There we go.
Yeah,
That's how you do it.
that's how you do it. Red Eye saving.
Good job, Red Eye, yeah.
Yeah, saving one team at a time. Who did they pick up? I want to say Armani. I don't know.
It's not Armani.
It's
No,
not
it's not
Armani.
Armani. Armani's still on Afrika.
I want to.
He was one of the original on Afrika. He can't, or like not the original, but like one of the new high profiles pickups from Afrika this year. He can't have just torn that contract and said, you know what, I'm out.
So it actually is
Not yet, anyway.
Hero, ex-Liquid Hero.
Oh, now I remember. Yeah, Gemini
Okay.
was all in on that. He was like, guys, Hero's back. He wants to compete again.
And then that
A little bit surprising.
that moment comes where Hero's like, Gemini, I'm back, and he goes to like his apartment. He opens the door and Trap
it's all
answers.
Trap posters.
Trap answers the door. He's like, hey, sorry, I thought Gemini lived here, and he's like, oh no, yeah,
he
he's
does.
here, yeah. Do you want me to get him? And it's just that awkward moment.
Like people like friendship ended with Trap. Now Hero's my best friend again.
Get on it.
I'm a little bit.
I want a web drama about this.
Look, somebody's already made it using memes, probably. Stock image memes. Like, I am a little bit surprised that he didn't go back to Liquid. I think Nazgul is definitely a pretty big Liquid Hero fan.
Yeah.
But I don't know.
I
We
mean,
don't really know the ins and outs. Maybe Black Knight just had a better contract.
yeah, it's surprising. I was gonna say that I don't see Team Liquid like spending more on StarCraft. That's the exactly. Like Tasia came back though, and he came back straight on to Liquid, so it's hard to say, to be honest. But anyway, we do have a game on our hands. 5 minutes.
Game on our hands. PureLegacy is switching up a little bit. This time he did go for the Viking.
That he did.
The Viking instead.
Yeah, and I don't think he saw the Spire that's on the way at the same time that we have all these Hellions trying to push into the third.
Ooh, and they are getting a little bit of value done.
Yeah.
Shave up the link count quite a bit.
There's no roaches, unlike all previous games.
Micro, he could take out a couple of queens if he's good as micro, but decides not to risk it in the end. PureLegacy has seen the Spire building.
Ah. There you go.
So he might adjust accordingly. With that Viking out to clear away the Overlords, he's already getting his third up and running.
Yeah.
Much more sooner than the last few games.
I'm a little bit worried because maybe he's like he quote unquote saw it, but he didn't actually like see it. Because we don't have we don't have missile turrets on the way. As far as I can tell.
It's accurate. He might have just thought it was a spore.
Oh, this is smart though. He's actually not teleporting the BC.
That he is not. And once again, these Hellions, you don't see them taking out roaches often. But PureLegacy is making it work.
Oh, there's something about PureLegacy's Hellions, alright? They have like +2 against armored units or something.
It's, every so often you have these players who units are only good for them, but nobody else. You have like Beyond's Reapers, Dark Ultralisks.
Mars Marines, there's just something about them.
Well, I mean,
they're just easier to micro in his hands. Oh yeah, possibly. But here are the mutas, and as I was saying, there's no missile turrets here.
They are forced to look. It's a good thing he didn't use his teleport
exactly
to bring his BC across the map, because now TP's back in for defense. That's have Yamato, so that helps out a little bit. At this stage of the game, there really aren't that many Mutalisks out, so you can use Yamatos to make quite a bit of a difference. But they still do take a while to kill Mutalisks.
Yeah, while this was happening, 19 SVs go down. Erik lost I think it was 11 or 12 drones, but I'm not too sure.
Like
yeah, I'm not too sure if that's...
He lost 11 total in this game.
Yeah. I don't know if that's enough. In saying that though, PureLegacy, even though he's down in workers, he does seem to end up replenishing and catching up in worker count regardless. So this could be okay. Yeah. It's generally, he's like TY. He's like TY mixed with Gumiho.
Well, I mean, TY experimented with mech for a while.
There was a dark time where he did.
Twas. His style of mech was super greedy though. It was like, I will expand as aggressively as possible and then just spam production.
I mean, we've kind of seen that with PureLegacy with his 3CC openings,
Yeah. It's a bit of a risk, but does also work out if you know what you're doing more often. Well, I mean, that's how things work.
And again, unlike the first 2 games, he's been more conservative with these BCs. He's just been flying them across the map instead of teleporting them, so he does have the option.
He did have to use his TPs with Fed.
That he did.
He does have to TP them out again now. Do you notice that PureLegacy does not go ham on BCs? He makes a handful and then he just focuses entirely on his factory production.
I like it. Especially last game, we saw he only made 2 BCs, and because of that, there were all these corruptors that were useless because, there just wasn't anything for them to do, other than try and deny the 4th.
Very tactical.
Yeah, but the swarm hosts are already out. They are spotted, so PureLegacy does know about them.
They are, and Erik is doing what he did last game and moving them across the map without a Nidus. He's gonna have to be very, very careful. He is exposing them even further as well. There are no roaches or anything here to act as a bit of a buffer.
There's no creep, nothing at all. But they don't get spotted.
Somehow, yeah, PureLegacy just barely misses them.
Oh, he's gonna get the tanks.
That he will. Friendly fire is gonna help out a ton here, and the corruptors do pounce on the BCs.
Yeah, at the same time, we have PureLegacy pushing.
Yeah, we might be in for a base trade. But Erik, actually, a pretty good defensive setup this time.
Yeah, that he is. The Locust just finished up in time to be able to push this away.
And Locust going back and forth a little bit, not sure of what to really do.
Like, why did we come out?
So, like, yeah. I mean, they do scare off the mech army, so that's something.
That they do.
It's a little bit odd to see Locust versus Battle Mech, I've got to say. Because Cyclones and Hellions just move so quickly, right?
Oh, there we have a Nidus coming down in the top right. But it could get spotted by this Battle Mech army.
There is... Erik is actually kind of chasing them towards that direction.
Yeah, he's just gonna run right into it. Nice.
And the Nidus is scouted. But joke's on you, I wanted you to think that was the only Nidus.
Nicely done by PureLegacy coming across that, and there we have another Nidus coming down on the left side.
Sniping it out. Decent flank here from the Roaches. Do manage to take out a handful of units. So it's already spotted. And they're not focusing on the CC, they're not focusing on buildings, but they are getting like a Cyclone or two there.
Yeah, nicely done. PureLegacy just happened to be in position for that, which was very nicely done. But the Nidus is still there. There's another Nidus coming up as well. This is going to get scary because Erik is going to be able to just pounce, like move back and forth, like from side to side, and there's not going to be much to stop him unless PureLegacy finds the Niduses.
Well, you say that, but there's this mech army.
There is, and he finds one.
That he did, and now these Roaches are exposed once again.
Yeah.
Trying to find a way out, but not quite getting it. Erik going in for the counter, Locust.
Oh, I think he's gonna get it. I think he's gonna get the CC.
PureLegacy loses one BC, and he loses his planetary. The Locusts are not quite up in time.
What?
Oh, there was a repair, but now the Corruptors are back in. Trying to vomit all over this building, but dude. These workers, they're real MVP right here.
Does he have like building armor or something? Like, I thought that was gonna die for sure. No. Oh my god.
That splash damage in conjunction with workers with a real MVP. There's a nice flank coming down here from Erik. Gonna be able to maybe take out the Cyclone army. Cyclones do move very, very quickly off the creep though. Zero just can't quite keep up, but he has taken out a massive chunk of these Cyclones.
I don't know.
So ahead in terms of army supply.
Yeah, I don't know if PureLegacy could have afforded to lose that army. He did kill a base for it, but now you can see the supply difference quite huge.
Ooh, the armies of both players are starting to consolidate a little bit.
That
Erik
they are
trying to push his way through. PureLegacy, he's being pushed to keep back or pushing back the Roach army, but meanwhile he loses his planetary.
That he does, but now I imagine PureLegacy is just going to push out across the map. No, instead he decides to come back home.
I think
that's a lot of bases.
Yeah. TY chicken pie.
This Nidus has just been unhindered for so long, but it does look like he's finally going to be able to find this.
Ooh, he will.
Is he going to be able to focus on the Nidus? If he does, these swarmers can't escape.
A couple of them do manage to escape though. And Locusts are out. These are dead Locusts though. This is still going to be in the air, and they're going to be on a wild goose chase for quite a bit.
That they are. At the same time, drones are going down.
But that's about it. That they are. Drones are going down. This base is probably going to go down. These Corruptors were on the absolute wrong side of the map.
Are they going to sacrifice themselves so the BC's going to take down the base? They do. One of them gets out.
Okay, only one of them goes down. but that does leave PureLegacy with only one BC left. That BC could still be very annoying, but you know, it's one less BC to deal with.
Has to be careful though. There are infestors now. Like fungals could just change all of this.
Yeah, this is a bit of a delicate dance right now. PureLegacy wants to poke and prod, take out whatever units he can, but Erik does not want to expose his infestors too much. But PureLegacy, he doesn't want to get fungled.
Oh no, the Stormhorse got caught out.
That they do, but there's not enough target firing here from the army of PureLegacy. They do not manage to take out the Nidus until now.
Are they going to catch this one?
Nidus.
They don't. They didn't see
following
it.
the corruptors.
Yeah.
They don't. They do not. He should be able to hear that though, right?
I feel like if the swarm hosts pop out, oh no, the army moves, and they got caught in the fungal.
Yeah, not too many units, but enough that it's a drain on the resources of PureLegacy. Syllabus is still off cooldown, so we're just waiting a little bit.
There's nothing here just to protect the base.
PureLegacy just going after where Erik is vulnerable, and keep in mind, Erik has been on a relatively low base count this entire game for a Zerg player.
Yeah, Erik just
kept on even or even less bases.
Yeah, he just keeps losing bases, whether it's this hatchery or the hatchery to the south. Like, he's been trying to expand, but he just continues to lose them over and over again. Meanwhile, though, those swarm hosts finally were able to get what they wanted, and they were able to force the lift on that command center.
It forces your army back as well. Now, to be fair, the army of Erik isn't really in position to pounce on either of the vulnerable bases of PureLegacy, but, you know, ups and downs.
Yeah, especially, like, that natural, PureLegacy could afford to lose it. Like, there wasn't much mining happening there at all.
Yeah, it is. That there was not, and PureLegacy looking to flex his muscle a little bit here. A little bit of, what you would call it, big stick diplomacy, if you will.
Yeah.
He has less in terms of army supply than Erik. That's all I gotta say, really.
Well, I
had a point, but I forgot what it was.
I feel like it all kind of comes down to the swarm host, really, like on like where the locusts get used and how they get utilized. Because without them,
fungals as well. Can definitely turn the tides. PureLegacy is getting his +3 so much quicker than Erik, and that could really be what turns this game entirely on its head.
Yeah, meanwhile, we do have Erik trying to transition into Broodlords. That Greater Spire is on the way. Oh, the Nidus does get caught, though. And he shouldn't lose this space.
Well, the Cyclones and the Hellions are already here to defend. Nicely done by PureLegacy. And, yeah, it's a little bit delicate right now for both players, but the armies are about to be in the middle of the map. Infestors not quite in place to really fungal these down. The Bailiff's off creep, just getting annihilated by the tank and the Cyclones.
Again, important to note.
Just about the engagement that PureLegacy needed.
Yeah, like this fight happened without the swarm host. Like all of Erik's army isn't here to fight, as he continues to try and use them for harass.
Feet in detail is a concept that it is, but if you look at the supply, Erik is ahead in terms of his army supply, but so much of it is in these corruptors, and they can. All right, now that they've taken out the BC, what is your job?
Well, you say that, but the Greater Spire did finish. Broodlords are an option, but he just keeps losing the space, and Broodlords take a while to morph.
Erik has a slight bank, but he can't quite make use of it, trying to use his corruptors to harass wherever he can. And it's doing a decent job of pulling PureLegacy back. But it's not really... I feel like Erik doesn't really have a follow-up. At least not yet, anyway.
Yeah, not yet. 8 Swarmhosts are on the way. It looks like... Yeah, he's decided not to go for the Broodlords just yet. He's trying to get more and more Swarmhosts out, which I don't know if that's the right call.
With the Swarmhosts, yeah. He can't get the Broodlords anytime soon, unless he loses a ton of army.
Oh, he's using his Infestors!
That's a money fungal. Those are some very nice fungals, but that's also a very tough siege line to crack.
Yeah, and I don't know if it was worth it.
Erik's army was morphing. Yeah, he could not take advantage of that fungal once it came out.
Oh, there are so many Swarmhosts now, though.
There is a bit of friendly fire on these tanks. He will be able to take out a couple of them, but with the Hellbats, PureLegacy, he's comfortable right now.
Hey.
Ooh, I say that, but the tanks are starting to fall.
Yep, and 2 Broodlords have been morphed. It's starting. The transition is happening.
And there is no anti-air here now that these Cyclones have been annihilated.
Yeah, there's actually none at all.
From the previous engagement. Yeah. PureLegacy is trying to rebuild that, but not going to be able to get them quite in time.
And Erik's going for
Very
it.
good choke point, though. Yep, he is going entirely on the way. The choke point actually works both for PureLegacy and Erik with the Banelings and the Hellions. And this might just be the momentum that Erik needs if he pushes right now. Do you think? Or do you think he can even push in right now? Honestly, I think he could and try and like deny a base. Like as this all happened, the top right base was taken by PureLegacy. He's also trying to take the bottom left as well. Like he's trying to expand everywhere, which is very smart. But these Swarm Hosts, like they're kind of being used here in the middle, and I don't know if this is the best use of them. They're trying to snipe some of these Cyclones as well for a to make his push with the Broodlords even stronger. However, not quite getting them.
Ooh, Thor is here as 5.
Yep.
Yeah.
Or PureLegacy rather. That's a pretty big. That's a pretty big Thor count.
It's a lot of Thors.
So much of Erik's supply are in these Swarm Hosts here, in these Infestors, these Corruptors. Not the most efficient use of supply, if I say so.
Well, I think that's what I'm a little bit worried about is that
but Erik doesn't bank.
Yeah, right now PureLegacy, he's going full anti-air. He's making so many Thors, but there's only 2 Broodlords. Like the big thing are these Swarm Hosts. Like that's the real threat right now.
They are, but he's gonna lose his Infestors.
Ooh.
Not at all an efficient use of supply. PureLegacy is trying to find some openings. Gonna continue to harass these this base, but he's going straight for it. The Locusts do pounce. The Roach Ravager is trying to go in, but he calculates his odds and does not like them. And thus, Erik is backed off.
Well, now is PureLegacy's opportunity to push back. Like right now, the Swarm Hosts, there are no Locusts. Erik, he's trying to expand to the bottom left base, and right now he's a little bit vulnerable.
And he's using everything he's got to try to defend against this run by. And we'll chase him back, but yeah, I think we're in for a long haul.
Yeah, yeah. The map is being split as we speak. You can see the lines being drawn. This is your half, this is mine. Ooh, PureLegacy does sneak in though, and he's gonna be able to kill this base.
Very nicely done. He will lose this run by though.
Yeah.
Which, I mean, those are some fairly costly units.
Actually, PureLegacy.
PureLegacy has a decent bank.
Well, he's not here to defend his base. He's slowly making his way across. At the same time,
he is not. The Swarm Hosts are there.
Oh, the Broodlords.
They are so vulnerable right now between the Cyclones and the Thors.
Yeah. The Swarm Hosts are in the north, so they're not here to protect the Broodlords.
They aren't. And now this army of Erik. What does he have to defend against this army of PureLegacy?
Nothing.
He trades a base for a base, but.
Yeah, that's the problem with Swarm Hosts. Like right now, there's a period where his army is like half of what it should be.
How many? PureLegacy loses 14 SCVs. He's still 70 workers ahead. Like, what?
TY.
Made.
Telling you.
TY. Chicken pie. And he's getting Neo Steel Frame. That's gonna help. That's gonna help a ton.
Oh, here we have the Swarm Hosts. A little bit exposed, but
it's not.
PureLegacy, he should be able to make it back in time to save his CC. That he does.
I mean, even if he didn't, the splash damage and the repair more than enough here to try to fend.
Yeah, how many times has Erik lost this middle base? Like, it's gone down so many times. Oh my god.
I've counted 4. No, probably 5 or 6. But I've counted 4.
Sounds about right. Does he have Neural Parasite? I'm actually not too sure.
I don't. No, didn't Neural Parasite Wait, what happened to Neuroparasite? No, yeah. No, I don't think Erik has Neuroparasite.
Yeah, I don't know how useful fungals are going to be in this situation. Oh, there it is.
Oh,
Neuroparasite.
there they are. But the scan does come in.
The
only one. I mean, only one infestor still alive.
The Thor stands strong.
That they do. They are very badly injured, though.
They are, and they're committing to this.
Erik could absolutely kill this.
Concave of what, though?
Fighting that.
Yeah.
Exactly. He only had pretty much most of his army is just these swarm hosts. Handful of Ravagers, a handful of Roaches. Other than that, just the swarm hosts, and they're off cooldown.
I think PureLegacy has to pull out. Like, if he stays any longer, like, all these Thors are gonna die.
Like so. But, at the same time, where is Erik's air army? The Thors were an answer to Erik's air army. They've already arguably done their job.
You say that, but look at the supplies. PureLegacy, he's actually struggling to remax.
That he is. He did not manage to build up his bank quite as much as Erik did. Erik, despite losing his base a lot, was able to snipe very key units from PureLegacy that he had to rebuild, thus ensuring he never was able to accrue a bank. Compared to Erik, who was maxed out for so long.
Yeah, unlike like traditional mech, like with PureLegacy style, he's been trading so often that he just hasn't been able to trade as efficiently as you would like, and because of that, like he doesn't really have a bank. He doesn't really have much going for him when it comes to his economy. He has to be careful with this. Like he can't keep losing his army.
Which is why he's trying to keep poking in and trying to deny bases wherever he can, but he is losing army, which, as you said, he can't quite afford to do. 3-3 is almost done for Erik. Yeah, 3-3 is almost done from Erik, and once that's out, I do not like PureLegacy's chances at all. This Battle Mech army forced into a corner. The Locusts do pounce in, and they do manage to take out a good chunk of these Cyclones. A good number of Hellbats as well.
They do. And right now, PureLegacy, I'm a little bit worried for him. He has to like try and buy enough time to build up his army. Right now, it's pretty scary until the Swarm Hosts recharge their Locust.
Yeah.
The fungal
is nice fungal, but a nice snipe as well from PureLegacy. I mentioned a couple of times how PureLegacy has been losing a couple of key units, like Erik has been top of sniping, but the opposite can also be said. PureLegacy sniping off Swarm Hosts, sniping off Root Lords, Infestors. It's just both players trading back and forth throughout the game, and in the end, I think that might actually favor Erik a bit better.
Yeah, he does kill the base again. Base goes down. Oh my god.
Erik! Calm down. There are other bases you can take on this map, man.
Take the right base.
One base that you didn't even try to expand there.
No one's trying to expand to the right. That one base is just chilling there. There's nothing there.
Calm down, man. Now PureLegacy is trying to get it.
And in doing so, he's finally going to be able to spot that Nidus. He takes down another hatchery again. And now, Erik, he's the one who's struggling economy-wise. Like, he just doesn't have any mining at all, actually. Like, yeah, he doesn't have any mining. Like, all of his current bases don't have minerals. He's got nothing.
You are correct in pointing out.
Oh my god.
Erik had a bank, and he's just spent that bank.
That's it. That's all he has. Dude, he has to take a base.
Nothing left. Yeah, he can only make Lings now. He has essentially no gas. PureLegacy continuing to lose a couple of SCVs, but he's still in good position economically.
Yeah, and the Swarmers
are pretty good.
The Swarmers literally just sent their Locusts to the top right, and they managed to kill PureLegacy's base, but they're not here to defend. And PureLegacy, he's going to be able to push through. This could be it.
Erik. I think it will be just a final nail in the coffin. Erik has essentially no mining, no army supply.
The base is going to get down again. Oh my god.
That's 6 that I've counted, but there's probably more. Dude.
I think that's all she wrote.
Just look at the supply, really.
Erik just doesn't have money. He's broke. He has all these drones.
Look at the supply and look at the income.
Oh my god.
Just drones. has to start drafting them into his army. Dude, that was a rematch we were promised.
That was insane.
I point out that was just our first semifinal, yeah.
That was the semis. That wasn't even the finals.
Cast, yeah.
Oh my god. And I'm sorry we missed it as the game was happening. Thank you, Supertivist, for rating us. For long time SDO participants. Oh my god. That was crazy.
Now what?
Now it's semis number 2. Oh my god.
Alright, this I think might be go a little bit quicker. I gotta say, poor Antis.
I know, he's been waiting for so long.
Yeah.
He's barely played today.
Yeah, so he got 2 walkovers, and then he had to have his semifinal delayed as well so we could cast it. But now he finally has his day. Let's see if it works out. We'll be up against Cham, who I believe is the current reigning champion.
That he is.
Definitely probably the favorite in this bracket.